This is for educational use only. Our group is allowing our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardines, to use this as an educational material. So, good day everyone, and we are Group 4, and our topic for Group 4 is all about environmental crisis. So, let's start. So, my topic for this is the origins and manifestation of global environmental crisis. And the objectives for this topic is to know the origins of the environmental crisis, the factors contribute to environmental crisis. So let's start. So our current environmental challenges have a complex of web of origins, but some key factors stand out, such as like industrial revolution and beyond, population growth, economic systems, attitudes and volumes, short-term thinking. Now for industrial revolution and beyond, so it unleashed a surge in technological advancement that greatly increased our ability to exploit resource, and the burning fossil fuels for energy became widespread, and the industrial processes released pollutants into the air and water. So this trend continued throughout the 20th and 21st centuries. Now population growth, so kaya ba nang kita nga karong panahon na is daghan gyud kayo tao, sikit-sikit na especially sa Pilipinas. So this human population has skyrocketed in recent centuries. More people means more a demand for food, water, and resources, and putting a strain on natural systems and economic systems. A free market economies often prioritize short-term profits over long-term environmental sustainability. Businesses might focus on maximizing output without fully considering the environmental impact of their culture and attitudes and values. So kanipod no, some cultures have traditionally viewed nature as a limitless resource to be used for human gain. This perspective can lead to unsustainable practices and short-term thinking. So many decisions by individuals, companies, and governments are made with a short-term focus. So the long-term consequences for the environment are often not adequately considered. Now, moving on to the factors. So these are the factors all contribute to the environmental crisis we face today. So this crisis manifests in various ways, including we have climate change. Now, we all know that the burning of fossil fuels or mga bitang plastic yung sunugon. So that is one main reason why itong climate change yun also init na kaya ito sa Pilipinas. Then, so pag burn down ng plastics, mga fossil fuels, it releases greenhouse gases and that traps heat in the atmosphere, causing global temperature or at an alarming rate, disrupting ecosystems and threatening the natural world's delicate balance. So, grabe na kayong kainit ron, especially darigid sa tuang Pilipinas. So, wala tayong mabuhat kundi tanong mo trees, stop stop using plastics, and the biodiversity loss. So habitat destruction, pollution, and climate change are driving a mass extinction event. So ang mga animals na ma-extinct ron, species are disappearing at an alarming rate, disrupting ecosystems and threatening the natural world's delicate balance. So pollution, so nagkahugaw na po ng kalibutan and from air to water pollution to plastic pollution in our ocean. So daghan yung mga sabot sa dagat na to, makita ito malutaw lang. So the waste products of human activities are accumulating in the environment, harming ecosystems and human health. Dili lang sa kanang mga animals, mga apektado din kundi kita pod mga tao. So water scarcity. As the global population grows and climate changes, access to clean water is becoming an increasing concern. So sabi na sa tubig pod nanginahanglan taron. Sabi na kay init ng panahon. So what I mean by this for this topic is understanding the origins and manifestation of this crisis is crucial for developing solutions by addressing the root causes and working together as one so we can build a more sustainable future for ourselves and the planet. So that is all today. Thank you.
So, good day everyone. I'm Engine Cadet Recabo Narvin. So my topic is all about everyday encounters with pollution and global warming. So everyday encounters with pollution and global warming are becoming increasingly noticeable in various aspects of our lives. For example, air pollution, plastic pollution. Third one is extreme weather events. Fourth, water pollution, and lastly, declining biodiversity. So, first, air pollution. People often encounters air pollution when communicating in cities where exhaust fumes from vehicles contribute to smog and poor air quality. And second is plastic pollution. Plastic pollution is prevalent in our oceans where items like plastic bags and bottles harm marine life. So third one is extreme weather events. So global warming contributes to more frequent and intense extreme weather events such as hurricanes, heat waves, and floods. Fourth is water pollution. So, water pollution affects freshwater sources like rivers and lakes, as well as oceans and coastal areas. And lastly, the fifth one is declining biodiversity. So, global warming and pollution also contribute to the loss of biodiversity, which affects ecosystems and wildlife. So, these everyday encounters highlight the interconnectedness between human activities, pollution, and global warming, emphasizing the importance of taking the action to mitigate these impacts and protect the environment for future generations.
So, good day everyone. I'm Engine Cadet Canida. So, I am here to discuss my short topic. It's all about the examine the policies and programs of governments around the world that address the environmental series. The environmental protection is a topical and controversial issue of contemporary third world development. As a result of the growing series of the environment and development and well as issues of global environmental balance, divergent views and proposals have been put forward by external governments, international agencies, and environmental groups in resolving the environmental degradation problems of the developing world. So, government need to enact laws to reduce greenhouse gas emission and promote climate-friendly practices such as investing in clean energy, establishing carbon taxes or cap and trade system, and encouraging energy efficiency. And environmental policy, any measure by a government of corporation or other public or private organization regarding the effects of human activities on the environment, particularly those measures that are designed to prevent or reduce harmful effects of human activities on ecosystem, certified organic. So that's all.
So, everyday encounter with desertification and ozone depletion. Uh, by the way, I am Cadet Lloyd Maganoy, and desertification refers to the process by which fertile land becomes desert, typically due to a combination of natural factors such as climate, variability, and human activities like overgrazing, deforestation, and unsustainable agriculture. Ozone depletion also refers to the thinning of ozone layer in the Earth's stratosphere, particularly in the polar regions. The ozone layer plays a crucial role in protecting life on Earth by absorbing most of the sun's harmful UV radiation. So, my everyday encounter with the desertification is when running outside there's a lot of dust which is caused by desertification, and then also the ozone depletion. Currently, we are not allowed to. We are also allowed to not wear inner clothing with our uniform because of too much heat that can't be absorbed by the ozone. And that's all. Thank you.
Greetings of peace and joy. This is Riel Flores, and I'm here to discuss the relationship of population to food security. So, what is food security? Food security is defined as a situation that exists when all people at all times have physical, social, and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food that meets their dietary needs and food preference for an active and healthy life. Now, let's proceed to the relationship of food security to population. Basing it from my PowerPoint, we can absolutely say that as the global population continues to rise, so does the demand for food, leading to increased pressure or arable land and water resources. Shockingly, nearly 1 in 7 people worldwide face chronic hunger, lacking access to sufficient food for a healthy and active life. It's crucial to recognize that population growth is a significant factor in this equation. Regardless of technological advancements, consumption patterns or socioeconomic factors like poverty and inequality. A larger population affects and amplifies the strain on the environment and subsequently on food production capacity. This underscore a critical challenge. While the population grows steadily, agricultural product, productivity fails to keep pace, posing a significant threat to food security. The Food and Agriculture Organization underscored the urgency of situation, highlighting the need for substantial increase in agricultural productivity, ranging from 1.8% to 3% annually to adequate fill the projected population. Addressing this gap in productivity is vital to ensure a sustainable and food security supply for generation to come. And that's all for my topic. Thank you and God bless.
Population growth has a profound impact on environmental issues by escalating demand for resources, resulting in depletion and scarcity, habitat destruction to the expansion of human settlements, leading to loss of biodiversity, pollution and waste generation due to increased industrial activity and energy consumption. This pressure on the environment exacerbates climate change through heightened greenhouse gas emissions from energy production and transportation. For example, increased water consumption by a growing population can deplete aquifers faster than they can be replenished, while the clearing of forests for agriculture to feed a growing population can lead to the loss of crucial habitats for endangered species like orangutans in Indonesia due to palm oil plantations. Furthermore, the growing global population contributes to increased demand for energy, leading to higher levels of fossil fuel combustion and subsequent carbon emissions, which further exacerbate climate change. This cycle of population growth intensifying environmental problems underscores the urgent need for sustainable practices and policies to mitigate the impacts on ecosystems and safeguard the planet for the future generations.
So, good day, sir. Good day, everyone. I am Engine Cadet Benafe, John Marco, and our topic for our Group 4 is about environmental crisis. So, my assigned topic is all about what is the relationship of the population growth to the development. So, the objectives is to know the relationship of the population growth of the to the development. So, the relationship of population growth to development. So it increased population growth can lead to increased demand for goods and services, which can bolster economic development by stimulating production and consumption. So population growth can help economies by providing more workers and consumers. But too much growth can strain resources and make it hard for countries to develop in a healthy, sustainable way. So while growth can be good, it needs to be managed carefully for everyone to benefit in the long run. So more people in the country can lead to a larger workforce and easier access to labor, which labor will lead to more products being produced, which will then cause economic growth. Population growth allows for the expansion of labor and products, which then grows the economy. So population growth and development are closely connected, but relationship can be a bit like a balancing act. When a population grows, it can bring more workers and consumers, which might boost the economy and lead to development like new businesses and a better infrastructure. But if the population goes too fast, it can strain resources like food, water, and jobs, which can slow down the development and make life harder for us or everyone. So while some growth is good for development, it's important to manage that it carefully make sure to everyone can benefit without harming the planet or each other. So that's all, sir. Thank you.
I'm here to report topic about what is the relationship of population growth to environmental issue sustainability. So, population growth has a significant impact on environment sustainability as a population increases. So, thus the demand for resources such as food, water, energy, and land. This can lead to overexploitation of natural resources, deforestation, habitat loss, population, and climate change. Moreover, rapid population growth can exacerbate environmental issues by putting pressure on ecosystem and biodiversity. It becomes challenging to maintain a balance between human needs and capacity of environment to support those needs sustainability. So, addressing population growth is crucial for achieving environmental sustainability goals. Strategies such as access to family planning, services, education, empowerment, women, and promoting sustainable consumption and production patterns can help mitigate the adverse effects of population growth on environment, ultimately achieving a balance between population growth and environmental sustainability is essential for well-being of both current and future generation.
Good day, sir. I am Engineering Cadet Salaxel Monares, and my topic is all about what is the relationship of population growth to the future of globalization. So, about my topic, so the relationship between population growth and globalization is complex and dynamic, influenced by various social, economic, environmental, and political factors. Understanding and effectively managing the implications of population dynamics are crucial for shaping the future trajectory of globalization in a sustainable and inclusive manner. So, here are some key points. First is the market expansion. So, market expansion, population growth in certain regions, particularly in emerging economies, can lead to a larger consumer base, driving demand for goods and services. This can stimulate economic growth and increase opportunities for trade and investment, contributing to the further expansion of globalization. Second is the labor force dynamics. Rapid population growth can result in a larger labor force, which can be both an asset and a challenge for globalization. On one hand, a growing workforce can fuel economic development and innovation. On the other hand, if not accompanied by sufficient job creation and skill development, it can lead to an unemployment, social unrest, and economic instability. So the third one is the resource demand and environmental impact. So a growing global population puts increased pressure on natural resources such as water, energy, and food. This heightened demand can exacerbate environmental degradation and resource depletion, potentially leading to conflict over scarce resources and challenges in achieving sustainable development within a globalized framework. The fourth one is the migration and mobility. Population growth can also drive migration patterns, with people moving across borders in search of better economic opportunities, safety, or environmental conditions. This movement of people can both facilitate and challenge globalization, as it brings diverse cultures, skills, and perspectives together, but also raises concerns about social integration, labor market dynamics, and geopolitical tensions. So the fifth one is social and cultural integration. As populations grow and become more interconnected through globalization, there is an increasing exchange of ideas, values, and cultural practices across borders. This cultural diffusion can promote mutual understanding and cooperation, but may also lead to cultural homogenization or clashes as societies navigate the tensions between global integration and local identity preservation. The last one is the technological innovation and connectivity. So, population growth, especially in regions experiencing rapid urbanization, can foster innovation and technological advancements driven by the need to address challenges such as infrastructure development, healthcare delivery, and resource management. This innovation, combined with increasing connectivity through digital technologies, can accelerate the pace of globalization by facilitating communication, trade, and exchange of knowledge and ideas across borders. Additionally, technology enabled platforms and networks can empower individuals and communities to participate more actively in global markets and decision making processes, potentially democratizing access to opportunities and resources in a globalized world. That's all. Thank you.